There's a type of person most people underestimate, not because they're weak, but because they're patient, quiet, observant. The kind of individual who doesn't rush to stand out, doesn't need immediate validation, and doesn't reveal their true intentions too early. And in the world of One Piece, no one represents this mindset more dangerously than Marshall D. Teach. Because Blackbeard is not just ambitious, he is calculated ambition in its purest form. He doesn't chase opportunities, he waits for them, studies them, and then takes them at the exact moment they become unavoidable. At first glance, Blackbeard doesn't look like a threat. He's careless, loud, even foolish at times. He doesn't carry himself like a king. He doesn't dominate a room with presence like other powerful figures. And that's exactly what makes him dangerous. Psychologically, Blackbeard understands something most people don't. Perception is a weapon. If people underestimate you, they lower their guard. They reveal more than they should. They stop preparing for you. And in that moment, you gain an advantage without even fighting. Blackbeard's entire rise is built on this principle. He spent years under the command of Whitebeard, not because he lacked ambition, but because he understood timing. He knew that rushing toward power too early would expose him. So he waited, he observed, he learned the structure of power from the inside. And when the opportunity finally came, the appearance of the dark fruit, he didn't hesitate. He acted instantly, decisively, without emotion. And that moment reveals one of the most important psychological truths about ambition. Patience is not the absence of desire, it is controlled desire. Blackbeard didn't lack hunger, he mastered it. He was willing to delay gratification for years in order to secure something far greater. Now compare that to how most people approach ambition. They want results immediately. They chase visibility, recognition, success, often before they're ready to sustain it. And because of that, they expose themselves too early. They burn out. Blackbeard avoids this entirely by understanding that timing is more important than speed. But here's where his psychology becomes even more complex. Blackbeard doesn't just wait for opportunities, he creates them. After gaining power, he doesn't sit back. He begins to manipulate the system itself. He captures Port Gastiace, knowing it will trigger a chain reaction, a war, chaos, instability. And within that chaos, he positions himself to rise even higher. This is not luck. This is strategic thinking at an advanced level. He understands that systems, whether in a fictional world or real life, become vulnerable under pressure. When everything is stable, power structures are rigid, hard to penetrate. But when chaos enters the system, gaps appear, openings form, and those who are prepared can move through those openings faster than anyone else. This is opportunistic ambition in its rawest form. But there's a line here that needs to be understood. Because while Blackbeard's mindset is effective, it is also dangerous. He is willing to betray, manipulate, and destroy in order to achieve his goals. He has no internal moral boundary guiding his ambition. And this is where many people misunderstand what it means to be strategic. Strategy without values becomes exploitation. It becomes short-term gain at the cost of long-term stability. And you can already see the seeds of that in Blackbeard's journey. He gains power rapidly. He rises faster than almost anyone else. But the foundation he builds is unstable. It's built on fear, betrayal, and opportunism. And while that can take you far, it also creates enemies, resistance, and eventual consequences. So the real lesson here is not to become Blackbeard. It's to understand what he represents and refine it. Because there are elements of his mindset that are incredibly powerful when used correctly. Number 1, observation over reaction. Blackbeard doesn't move emotionally. He doesn't rush decisions based on impulse. He studies environments. He reads people. He waits for patterns to reveal themselves. In real life, this translates to awareness. Understanding your environment before making moves. Seeing opportunities others miss because they're too busy reacting. Number 2, timing over speed. Not everything needs to happen immediately. In fact, the most impactful moves often require preparation and patience. Blackbeard teaches you that waiting is not weakness, it's positioning. Number 3. Decisiveness. When the moment comes, hesitation is costly. Blackbeard doesn't second-guess himself when opportunity appears. He commits fully. And that's something many people struggle with. They either move too early or too late, rarely at the right time. But here's what you must add that Blackbeard lacks: principles. Because ambition without principles becomes self-destructive. Look at Monkey D. Luffy. He is also ambitious. He also seeks greatness. But his ambition is anchored in something deeper: freedom, loyalty, purpose. That's why his growth is different. It's not just about rising, it's about building something that lasts. Blackbeard, on the other hand, is building power for the sake of power. And that creates a psychological void. Because no matter how much he gains, it will never be enough. Opportunistic ambition, when not grounded, becomes endless hunger. There's always another opportunity, another level, another target. And without a deeper reason behind it, you become trapped in a cycle of chasing without ever arriving. That's the hidden cost. So, when you look at Blackbeard, don't just see a villain. See a mirror. A reflection of what ambition looks like when it is intelligent but unchecked. Ask yourself, are you moving too fast, chasing visibility instead of positioning? Are you missing opportunities because you're not observing enough? Or are you becoming so focused on winning that you're forgetting why you started? Because the goal is not just to rise. The goal is to rise with control, to build with intention, to move with awareness, patience, and precision, while staying grounded in something real. Blackbeard shows you how to play the game at a high level, but he also shows you what happens when the game becomes everything. And that's the difference between success and fulfillment.